Work of art made a contribution to the medical profession, arguably as valuable as any advancement in science.
In 1790, when this place was opened, medicine was a scary combination of chance and quackery, the kind of place where Blackadder might have been a regular. At the time, people were treating themselves with potions made from arsenic or mercury. But if you could afford a doctor, you would have probably recommended one of my favourites, leeches. Ooh, nice. Throughout the next century, medicine made advances, but many ordinary people still wouldn't have thought of calling in the doctor. Luckily, the Victorian artist Luke Fildes was about to give the medical profession a makeover.
Fildes had lost his own firstborn infant son on Christmas Day, 1877, and the doctor who'd attended him, a Dr. Murray, had done so with great devotion, and that was something that Fildes and his wife never forgot.
Fildes was contacted by the Sugar King, Henry Tate, who wanted to donate a collection of British art to a gallery which would be named after him. Tate said to Fildes, "I want you to paint me a really special picture," and immediately Fildes knew the subject he was going to paint. So this is the first time we see bedside manner in art?
Yes, the picture was completed in 1891, and what was really interesting about it was that it didn't just set out to show the doctor as a man of science, but also as a humanitarian, as somebody who would devote himself to any patient, however poor they were.
It's a very emotional picture. The people in it look really worn out.
It's very emotional, and that absolutely refers to Fildes' own experience of when he lost his own son. The mother is collapsed on the table, the doctor and the parents, of course, have been up all night, and the father is scrutinising the doctor's face, trying to work out what he's thinking and what is going to happen to his child.
And every English doctor wanted his face to be on that painting.
Absolutely, yes. They all realised what a great advantage it would be to be associated with this picture, and they bombarded Fildes with requests to pose as the doctor.
So it's a bit like a medical X Factor then?
Yes, indeed.
The painting was good news for doctors. They were building their reputations as scientists and professionals. But what tools did they actually have at their disposal?
This is a stethoscope from about 1820. It was actually designed about 1817, so this is quite an early one. And that is about the only instrument a doctor would have had at the time.
Did all the doctors have the same level of training?
No, far from it. It was only in about 4 years before this painting was done, 1886, they finally agreed that all doctors had to be trained in medicine and surgery and midwifery. So at the time of the painting, there were quite a lot of people around who actually hadn't been trained.
It sounds like doctors needed all the help they could get on the PR front, and they got it.
The picture was turned into a print, which sold 22,000 copies, a record in its day, and it hung in doctors' surgeries all over the world. In medical schools as well, Fildes' image was upheld as the ideal example for all the young trainee doctors to follow. And as late as 1947, it was turned into a postage stamp to commemorate the centenary of the first American Medical Society.
In just 50 years, medicine would be available in the way we know it today, with hospitals, x-rays and white coats. But Fildes' image would continue to inspire GPs to be gentlemen and gentle doctors.
Fascinating stuff. Since we had a medical item then, it seems a good excuse to show a picture of Mel in a nurse's outfit. Here we go. There you are. So you look the part, Mel. You're very convincing for me. Just remind us what that was on.
I was a very happy nurse in Burney, which was a series that I did, filmed in Manchester. Yeah, it was lots of fun, actually. I got to take people's temperature and play nurse, dress up.
OK.
Yeah. And if you like acting, I mean, this is another chapter, I suppose, for you.
I do, I love acting, yeah. I've done a little bit in America, so I'm going to expand on that. in the next year or so.
Yeah. Well, we saw you in one costume we hadn't seen you in very often. Here's another kind of outfit. There you go, the old Spice Girls stuff.
Memories.
So when
I
you look at
did
yourself
design that myself. I've got the whole front missing. What happened there? I forgot about that bit.
You didn't do that back to front business
I think
that somebody did last night. Who did that last week?
Angelina Jolie was in the press
Marvellous.
for that.
I don't remember that.
I
Yes.
think I
So,
did. I was heavily into leopard print. I still am, actually.
right.
I love it.
I'm going to get into that myself, I think.
Do it?
It might be the look. So when you look at yourself in those pictures, do you kind of recognise yourself? What do you know now that you didn't know then?
I know now to shut up a little bit more and not speak exactly what I think. I'll think about it first before I say it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's how I got the name Scary Spice as well.
And was that always fun? Or did that stop being fun at any stage? All
It
that
was
Spice Girls
always
stuff?
fun. I was there with my 4 mates, tearing it up all around the world. It was brilliant. Very lucky.
Coming back to do the tour and everything as well, but it's slightly behind you now and you're moving on. You're talking about what's coming up in the next year. Is there anything you can let us in on?
Well, I'm going to be moving to Vegas in about 2 or 3 weeks for my show at Planet Hollywood, which is going to be very exciting.
Okay, and what kind of show is it then?
It's like a burlesque singing, dancing show. I don't know why I'm doing that.
Perhaps that's one of the dances you do in the show.
Maybe it is, yeah. I don't know what that is, though.
Would you ever come back and live here now? I mean, from Leeds.
Don't know about living here, but you see, I'm back here at least once or twice a month. So,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's nice to come back and see my friends and family and stuff.
Yeah.
It's commuting, really, isn't it?
Yeah. And what about your accent? We were hoping
It's
to
always
conquer
gonna
America
stay.
one day, but they can't understand a word I say.
Yeah.
Are they all right with the
Oh,
Leeds
yeah.
accent?
They're not quite up to date with my Leeds accent, and it seems to be getting stronger. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strange, that.
I'm not American.
We've been enjoying a nostalgic look on the show back at Relics from Our Past. Last week we celebrated the life of the Soda Stream. And,
I love Soda Stream.
Right, you would have been into
got one. I want one.
I do too. Well, we had one. You can still get them, actually. There was an
Yeah?
unfortunate incident, I'm afraid, as we can just remind you of this. I beg your pardon.
That wasn't me.
Disgusting. Live television.
It wasn't. I got letters complaining about that.
So
I
that
really,
different-
really didn't.
That wasn't a windy pop,
It
then?
wasn't a windy pop,
No,
as you
it
call it,
certainly
no.
sounded
Are you
like
allowed to say that?
Well, we just did.
Go it's live. Say what you want.
Yeah.
Windy pop is fine. No ruder than windy pop, though, please.
No, exactly. Well, this week, Hardeep Singh Kohli goes completely off his trolley.